Hey everyone, I'm Joe and I'm an IT specialist here at Nagios, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to monitor Windows 10 machines with NSClient++ using Nagios XI. Monitoring Windows 10 machines with NSClient++ using Nagios XI is critical to ensure and track system performance, availability, and security. On top of that, it is proactive with issue detection, minimizing downtime, and ensuring smooth operations of critical applications. Come on, let's dive right into today's video. The first step that we want to do is install NSClient++ on our target machine. In order to install NSClient++, we can go to our favorite browser. I'm going to be using Chrome. And we can head to this website of https://micum/nscp/releases. This is the NSClient++ download page. Currently, the most recent release is 0.6.15. This could be different to you depending on when you're watching this video. In order to download NSClient++, you can go over to Newest. You can go down to Assets, and we want to download the Win32.msi version. After it downloads, we can open up the installer and run it. Here is the NSClient++ wizard setup. We can click Next. We want to make sure that we are on the generic mode for NSClient++. We can click Next, and then we want to click on Typical. And then here we have some configuration settings. Our allowed host is going to be the IP address of the Nagios XI machine. You can leave the 127.0.0.1 address. And then beneath this, we have a password. Adding a password is very secured only for authorized systems and users to access this monitoring data you are collecting from NSClient++ and your Windows 10 machine. If you use a password, you will be needing it later in Nagios XI, so please remember it. I'm just going to do test as my password, and then all these settings look good. I'm going to leave them all default. If you want to copy my settings, that is perfectly fine. I'm going to click Next, Install, click Yes, and then click on Finish. From here, we can go to our File Explorer. We can click on this PC, go to wherever your program files are located, depending if it's your C drive or an external hard drive. Open up Program Files x86. For some people, it might be in just the normal program files, but either works. Open up the NSClient++ folder, and then find the NSClient configuration file. Open this up and copy everything that's in here. We can close out of this, and then now we want to open our favorite text editor in administration mode. I will be using Notepad today for demo purposes. You can run it as administrator, click Yes, and then copy all the contents from the configuration file into this new administration notepad. Here we have all of our plugins that we can monitor with NSClient++, such as check NSCP, check helpers, check event log, NRPE server, check external scripts, check disk, and then check system. If you want to make it activated, you can type in enabled, just like I'm doing with these two. After all these settings are configured, you want to click File, Save As, and then we want to go back to that same file path we were in. Mine's in my local disk, Program Files, NSClient++, and then when you open the NSClient++, you will notice that the configuration file is not in there. In order to find it, we want to go down to Save As type and make sure we are on All Files. We can scroll down, find the NSClient configuration file, click on it, and then press Save. It asks if we want to replace it, and we do, so we can click Yes, and then we can close out of all of these windows. The next window we want to open is Services. So we can go to the bottom left, type in Services, and we want to find the NSClient monitoring service. So we can scroll down, and we can see that the NSClient++ monitoring agent is currently running. We want to restart the service, especially since we changed some of the settings. We can click Restart at the top left, and it'll just restart the service. Make sure that it is running though. If it's not running, you'll have to start it. Instead of it saying stop, it would say start the service. Now we can close out of this window and head over to Nagios XI. When on Nagios XI, we want to go to the left side, hover over the gear icon, and click on Configuration Wizards. At the top, in the search bar, we can type in NSClient, and we want to click on the NSClient++ Legacy Wizard. From here, it asks us our Windows 10 IP address. We can type that in, and then click Next. On this page, we have a ton of different settings that we can configure. Starting at the top, we have our host name. This is the name you'd like to have associated with this Windows system. I'm going to switch mine to Test for demo purposes. Beneath this, we have our NSClient++ agent. We don't need to worry about the agent download as we already have it downloaded. What we do need to worry about is the agent password. If you did not type in a password, then you can leave it blank. Since I typed in a password, I have to add the password. Otherwise, it won't let me move on to the next page. Beneath this, we have our server metrics. These server metrics include ping, CPU, memory usage, uptime, and then disk usage. We can either uncheck it if we don't want to monitor these certain services, or leave them checked if we do want to monitor them. For the thresholds, we can change it to any desired percent. For example, if you want to get notified about the CPU usage being lower than the default, so let's say 70%, then we can change it to that desired percentage. When it reaches that percentage, XI will send you a notification whether it's at a warning threshold when it hits 70% or a critical when it hits 90%. Moving down to the services. These are services that Windows is currently running. If there are certain services you want to monitor, you would add them here. Make sure you add the Windows service name instead of the display name in the left box, and then the display name in the right box. The display name is what you want it to be in Nagios XI. The Windows service is the actual name of the service. Beneath our services are the processes. The default process added is Explorer.exe. If you want to add more processes, such as mssense.exe, you can add more below. If you want to find your processes, you can go to the Windows Resource Monitor to find the active process. And lastly, we have our performance counters. I'm going to leave this default for demo purposes. After all these settings are configured to your liking, we can then click the next button at the bottom of the page. On this page, we have our check interval settings. Nagios XI will monitor the host and service every 5 minutes. This is customizable to your liking, whether you want Nagios XI to monitor your host and service quicker or take a longer time. The box beneath, we have Nagios XI will recheck the host and service every 1 minute up to 5 times before sending a notification. These numbers are completely customizable as well. If you have more critical information, we recommend lowering the time to 2 or 3 before sending a notification so you get a notification faster. I'm going to change it to 2 for demo purposes. We can click Next, and here we have our notification settings. The default is send a notification immediately. You can either have no notifications be sent, or you can wait a certain amount of time before XI sends a notification to you. I'm leaving this default as I want a notification immediately. I will now scroll down and click Next. Here we have our desired host groups, service groups, and then our parent host. I'm going to leave this default as well, just for demo purposes. We can scroll down, and then we can click Next. After this, we can click Apply, and then our wizard and configuration settings will successfully apply. In order to find your NSClient host and service, we can click on Host Status. We can head over to the right-hand side and search up the name, or we can scroll down and find it. Mine is right at the top for testing NSClient, and as you can tell, it is up and running, and I lost 0% of my pings. And that's it. I hope everyone was able to follow along today's video and are actively monitoring their Windows 10 machines with NSClient++ using Nagios XI. If you need any more support and or additional assistance, you can visit us at support.nagios.com. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment for any other YouTube videos regarding Nagios products. Thanks for watching and happy monitoring!